Hello everybody, welcome back to another video at Middle School Crediness. Today's video is a little different. This is going to be part 1 of a 3-part series where we are talking about a public safety simulator within Roblox called Emergency Response Liberty County. Now, as you can see here, I have it pulled up. It is on Roblox. It is called Emergency Response Liberty County, and it is by a group called Police Roleplay Community. Now, as you can see, they're saying thanks for 1 billion visits. They have just reached their 1 billion visit mark. It says Emergency Response Liberty County is an emergency services simulator game. Play as a civilian, criminal, transportation worker, police officer, sheriff deputy, or firefighter. On the civilian team works as lots of jobs such as farmer, hospital worker, police, fire, and DOT roleplay. So, within this game, there are public servers and there are private servers. Private servers go into more detailed roleplay. In public servers, it's mainly just police, fire, EMS, sheriff, and then all these civilian jobs. And then in private servers, they go into detailed roleplay such as like Texas State roleplay, where there is Texas State troopers. They have border role plays where there are borders set up. Some even have UK role plays where they set up the city to be as if it was in the UK because this is a US based game. So we're going to go in. I'm going to talk about some certain features. This one is going to be mainly based. We're going to be playing on the sheriff team in this video. Where in the other videos in the series, we are going to be in the police team, the firefighter team, as well as on the civilian team, doing certain civilian jobs. So let's join. As you can see, it gives you game hints down here, and then it will load here. And I'm going to just kind of wait here for this to finish loading here. As you can see, things are not quite fully loading here. And there is a criminal shootout going on. Interesting. Alright, everything seems to be fairly loaded in here. So we are going to go over to the sheriff team, as I talked about. As you can see, there are 26 people on the civilian team. There is 1 person on the fire team here. 1 person on the sheriff team. 6 on police. 1 on DOT, or Department of Transportation. And 0 on the firefighter teams. And as you can see, it says roleplay jobs here. These are the different civilian jobs that you can have. We have postal worker, hospital worker, farmer, gas station, news worker, valley transit, fast food restaurant, bank worker, garbage collector, barber shop, Liberty Cafe, Eagle Construction, Rick and John's worker, bakery worker, movie theater, restaurant, gas depot, as well as gas station, and then a gadget shack. So, to go over the teams here, we're going to go here. I'm going to put in my call sign as TX114. And for when we go in and talk about the the private servers, that will be done in that'll be done in the police video. This is in the where we go over the police scene. This is the sheriff video. So in here, I have the detective uniform on. The detective game pass does cost Robux, which you have to purchase with real life money. But there are other uniforms that you can purchase, or that you can have without spending real life money. So you have your Class A, Class B, and Class C uniforms. You can wait for that Class C to spin around again there. And you have your Class C uniform there. I'm gonna go ahead and have that Class C on, and you can't really see it that well because I have that armor, the belt, and the helmet on there. And so in gear, you have this one, which was for one of their charity events. Those are for the Detective and SWAT game passes. I will do a separate video on those as well. But you have your duty belt here, which you can customize that to have your taser in certain locations, your gun in different configurations, as well as your mags, your cuffs, baton, radio, all that stuff. So, because I actually have a Roblox avatar belt, I'm going to unequip this duty belt and just keep that other one. But as a cadet, you can get as a recruit, which is the basic level of basic rank. You can get lots of different items, and some items as well as vehicles are what's called ranked lock, which is the same as in real life. You have to work up and do certain tasks to gain experience to get up to those ranks, and then you unlock other things. So for recruit, you have the duty belt, fire extinguisher, a riot shield, baton, cones, flare, pepper spray, taser, police barricade, police barricade gets into corporal, then you have stop stick as deputy, spike strip as sergeant, beanbag shotgun as lieutenant, crowd fence at captain, and surveillance drone at colonel. Now, I am I am at the sergeant rank currently. So if we go over to our weapons here, as recruit, you have for weapons, you have access to the Shield 9 here, for your lethal option. And then for your non-lethal, you have access to pepper spray. Once you get to the officer rank, you access the taser. Once you get to deputy, you can unlock this shotgun here. Corporal, you unlock the Glock 17. And sergeant, you unlock the M4A1 as well as an MP5. I like to keep the M4A1 on me. So and then over here you can fill your ammo up there. So for my loadout here, what I have in my inventory, I have the M4A1 rifle here as my number 1. Number 2, I have taser. Then I have cuffs, and I have 4. You can't really see it right now, but if I click E, this will cite someone, and I can do fine them, or I can just give them a warning. And it'll do description. For fine, they have to have a reason to fine them, and for warning, you don't have to have a reason, you can just type out a reason, or you can leave everything blank. But for fine, you have to type out a reason, location, vehicle model number, and then you sign at the bottom, and that's how it issues the citation. Then you have your MDT, which here I can see all the callouts that have just happened, all the calls that the sheriff or police have gotten. As you can see, they got ATM robbery, cash register robbery, ATM, cash register robbery, and another ATM robbery. So I can click join and it will show me as responding to the call, and I can also click this and it will show me where the call is in relation to my location. And you can see everybody that's wanted here, as well as all the car bolos here, as well as everybody that is on duty right now. I don't believe, yeah, so it doesn't show, if you're on the sheriff team, it won't show people on the police team, And if you're on the police team, it won't show people on the sheriff team, but all the calls here are for sheriff and police. You can go here, it minimizes it to just calls. This is where you can search someone, and then if you have the right rank, which I believe is the rank of sergeant, you unlock the air patrol, which you can put it on patrol, and the helicopter will come out and just fly around and look for somebody who has a high wanted level, or you can locate a particular player. You can also go unavailable or return to duty here, and see if I go unavailable, it's going to now show me in red that I'm unavailable, and then I can return to duty there. As well as I have cones, police tape, spike strips, evidence, and detective badge. So we are going to go on patrol here for a 10-minute patrol. If we click this here, and I'm going to go over to my other screen over here, which y'all can't see, but I can make it to where y'all can. I am going to share this screen there for y'all. There we go. And if we go here, this over here, so y'all can see this, I am going to go to a random, can't spell that correctly, random name, or number, no, sorry, not number generator. Name pick, here we go. Wheel of names. And so, we're gonna decide whether our vehicle is going to be fully undercover, semi-undercover, or just normal police car. So we're gonna do N for normal, U for undercover, and S for semi-undercover. And we'll do that there to give it a little bit more. And see what it comes from here. A little bit, and then we're going to do because I have 9 vehicles, we're gonna do 1 through 9 and see what it lands on here. Vehicle 6. I'm gonna go on patrol in vehicle 6. Alright, so let's go here. I'm going to sort through this as owned. And vehicle 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bullhorn Freeman. I don't believe that I can make this, this is, in a classic car pack, which you have to pay Robux, which then leads you to, purchase stuff with, real money. That's what this car was purchased with, but I don't believe I can make it semi or even fully undercover. So this one, yeah, I can't. So we're just going to have to go on patrol here. Spotlight on? Okay, there is a spotlight there. So we're just gonna have to go on patrol in the normal vehicle here. And so for controls here, it shows your speedometer, your speed here, as well as your gas mileage. I have half a tank. You have cruise lights, which so different level of ELS. This one, what the cruise light is it's these two facing forward. Whoops, I'm sliding, I'm gonna put in park. These two facing forward and these two turning rear. It is all these 4 facing the back, and then full is all of them turning in a circle, including that middle light, as well as the front lights flashing there. And there's nothing for the back lights. I do sometimes just like to click G and put on the hazards when I'm responding into certain scenarios, just because this one does not have a traffic director, so I will put on the hazards. For sirens, you have that one, which you hold down, or you click this, and it just, that, you have that noise there. Whale, this audio changes, and you have whale, yelp, and priority. So because it's dark, I'm gonna put my lights on here. Go ahead and go on. Oops. Park. So we are at the sheriff's station here. Whoa. Okay. I have to turn. Not the greatest skills here in driving, but we're going to try our best here. Pull over right here. Show you the map here. There we go. So you can see on the map here, Sheriff Station is going to be right over here. The address of 9101 Maple Street. It's going to be right there. The police station is going to be right here at 3081 Gibson Lane. And then there are two fire stations. There is this fire station over here in the city, and then in Springfield, which is kind of like a other town over here, there is a fire station, I believe, right here. Maybe it's down here. One of these two. And so yeah, so we're gonna go into the city and patrol here. And so you also, another thing I forgot to mention is you are automatically given a cell phone ID. There's also a radar gun, a flashlight, radio. What the radio does here is if you click the actual radio or you click T, it allows you to chat with other officers. And if you do regular chat, it'll just pop up your character. If you click Y, it puts up this little radio over here, so you can say you're on scene, you're available, you're en route, give your location, request backup, or panic. So I'm going to say I'm available or in service. And as well as on the phone here, this is no matter what team you're on, whether you're civilian or on one of these teams, you have messages, 911, taxi service, home. If you haven't purchased a home in game, then don't gotta worry about that. Whether that's for the criminals, and then movie theater. And then you have your license here, which... So you can tap another player to show them your license, or you can view your license yourself. If you see here, it has my Roblox name here, my issuing date, all my information. You can go to the DMV and customize that. No address, and it says my occupation is a sheriff deputy, and if I flip that around, I can see Class A and no restrictions, as well as signature there on the back. Oh, there we go. You can see a fire truck responding there to an incident. We're going to go here. This truck is all over the road here. So you can see some of the visual effects are glitching a little bit, but we're not going to follow that fire truck. Actually, we might follow that fire truck because there's a fire right here. Alright. We're gonna let the fire department deal with that, so that's what you can see what part of the fire department would deal with on a daily basis. And one thing to note, as a police officer, if you run a certain amount of red lights, it will put you as wanted. So, one way to contradict that is have your cruise lights on, and it will allow you to run red lights without any issues here. And now I just saw that car pull a red light, or run a red light there, so I'm going to turn lights and sirens on, and turn here. And, it looks like I lost them here. We got a car being crazy here. Oh, this car is not. What are there? Two red Crown Vics that are okay. So now, as you can see, we're in a police chase here. Very eventful day. One thing to note is that this is based out of a fictional city. None of the departments here are real, and none of the events that happen here are real either. You can see this guy has. This is what the official traffic violation says. You can see the person's name here. I can fine them or give them a warning. I'm going to fine them for running a red light. Red truck. And so you can see they drove away. Yeah, see, so now I'm too far from violator, so it won't let me do it. Oh, and there is someone over there like that. Alright, well that happened, and now I'm on this guy's car. Alright. Like, is this guy chasing this guy for me, I guess, right? Yeah. Where's the player? Where's the player? Oh, here he is. Oh, target's not wanted. Oh, so the player is no longer wanted, so it will not let me tase him or arrest him here. You see, I can cite him here. Fine him for running a red light, $2. So now I'm going to show you some other features here that you can't really show in a public server. So I'm going to go over to my private server just to show these few details here. So, if I am to go over to the, let's actually go over to the police team here. Random. Join there. And if I go over to the vehicles here, you can see, let's just spawn in this one here. If I actually go to customizations, there's a special thing that you can only get if you have the police customization package, and is a actual thing that I've talked about a while back in one of my interviews with actually the fire department, but the police department actually uses it more than the fire department. The fire department has a version of it that they can mount on their trucks, or that they mount in their trucks, and they can run a license plate on a vehicle that was in an accident to see who it belongs to see if the police are needing to come. But that is called ALPR. And as a police officer, if you have this on your vehicle, driving behind a vehicle, it will automatically scan that and see who the owner is, if the vehicle is wanted, if the owner is wanted, if there are any warrants out for them, or anything like that. So as you can see, it is here on the back, and it'll say the vehicle model here, the plate number, registered owner, and if they are wanted, it'll say owner wanted. If the vehicle is wanted, it'll say vehicle below or vehicle wanted. Another thing I didn't mention is the radar here. So this is for the ALPR, and the radar is for sheriffs and sheriffs as well as police officers here. And you can see that it doesn't show my speed, but if somebody were to come across, I can measure the radar in the front and the rear of my vehicle, as well as see top speeds from the front and the rear there. And then, of course, you have your ELS here. Now, just to show certain things, on a normal light bar, this is what stage 1 would look like. Actually, not like this, because this is my custom one. Stage 2 would be something like this. And stage 3 would be, basically like a code 3. If we go here back to traffic directors, you can see what I was talking about when I talked about my hazards. So, over here, you can do your traffic director. So you can do right, or to the right, to the left. You can do both ways, or you can just do hazard. You can see that there. You also have, left, right, and left alley lights, as well as takedown lights, and then, of course, your spotlight. And you can control your spotlight here. You can reset it to normal, and then you can also do passenger and driver spotlight as well. And then now, last but not least, actually 2 more things I am wanting to show in this is fueling. Fueling as a fueling as a cop. Some people might not know this, but in real life, cops fuel up the exact same way, but that civilians do. But if you see here, you have to hold this down, unless you have the instant refill, which I do have, but you have to hold this down and it will purchase it. It'll actually take it out of the money you have in game, and then once you get paid for being a police officer or sheriff, it'll actually say for being on duty or for whatever arrests or calls you respond to, it'll say that, and then it'll also say gas usage. So if you're on that team, it'll actually refund you for gas usage as if it were real life and you were fueling up a patrol car. So you have to hold this down if you don't have instant refill, and if you do have instant refill, you just click that, and you can see it says I was charged $28 there for that. Now, the last thing, park right here, I'm going to go out, and I got the spike strip here. So, stop stick as well as spike strips do the same thing. However, And we're going to check that here. I don't believe that stop sticks will stop unwanted players. Why is this not? There we go. I don't think stop sticks will stop unwanted players. But I know that the spike strip will. And you do have to be careful as a cop not to run over these in certain chases, because if you see, if I run this over, it has now flattened all of my tires here, and I am no longer able to move. But if I just... Oh, that was wrong, sorry. Nope, it's not going to do that. Alright, so... So you saw what the spike strip does. Now let me see if I do have stop sticks. So if you see that the spike strip will stop even police officers. So we're going to put these stop sticks here, and stop sticks will disappear after use. Spike strips will not. They will stay in the road in case there are multiple vehicles in this chase. They will stay on the road so that instead of these stop sticks, which after use they stop appearing on screen, or they will despawn. Oh, I think I still ran it over. No, okay. So stop sticks do indeed run over. Or stop sticks do indeed stop police cars. However, I don't think I don't believe they do anything to unwanted civilian vehicles, which, in my opinion, as a game, that's a good concept to have. But if they did want to make it a little bit more realistic, they might have it to do sort of like where it would stop every car, as well as possibly AI traffic over. Because in this game, most people come on here to either do firefighter or criminal roleplay. So they don't really see how advanced these other public safety departments in this game are. But so when you go to pull them over as a police officer or sheriff, most of the time they will run. Some people are polite and will pull over because they know they've done nothing wrong. The least they're going to do is be fined a couple of dollars. But definitely, the police roleplay one definitely could use some work. I do think that the fire roleplay as well as fire roleplay as well as the DOT roleplay are quite realistic. The only thing maybe is that they could possibly switch the separate the firefighters and the medics, or have them at the same station but like different sides. That's really the only thing. But yeah, that's the end of our video, so stay tuned for the other parts of the series where we will go over the police team, sheriff team, DOT, as well as civilian jobs.